At 10 News Weather Authority from the JES Weather Center.
Good evening, everybody. I'm meteorologist Edward Shaw. Certainly quite a scary experience for that lady down in Florida. The EF2 tornado, and riding that out in your car, very risky, but glad she's okay. And it is going to happen more often now that we're starting to get warmer and we're starting to get more moisture coming up from the south. That's going to lead to a few more severe weather threats here in the coming days even, that we're going to have to take watch of, as well as most of the country. As for tonight and tomorrow, though, we're looking nice before our next storm system comes in this weekend, along with that lunar eclipse early Friday morning. Right now throughout the area, Wytheville at 68, Blacksburg 74, Roanoke 78, and Martinsville 78 as well. So certainly felt pretty warm today with all that sunshine, but you're noticing we're starting to see some cloud cover build in just a little bit more throughout our area. Now that's all a part of some systems that is heading further to the east and along that stationary front there. But what we can expect here over the next few days is going to be some gradual increases of cloud cover, and that's because of two things. That's because of the system that's out further in the west over parts of the Great Plains and an influx of moisture that's coming up from the Gulf into our area. You see out into the west areas that are under wind advisories, wind alerts, severe weather warnings, and then a very active west coast. But as for us, we're going to be dry up until this system starts to make its way to the east, which is certainly something we're going to want to be monitoring. Low temperatures tonight in the 40s throughout the region, so pretty cold, not as bad as what we saw earlier this week, but still rather chilly, more typical springtime chill overnight with our low temperatures. But as we go into tomorrow, heating right back up into the 70s, could easily start to get a little bit more into the 80s as well, like we did today in Danville and South Boston. But we'll just have to see what happens. Now, this is what we're primarily watching right now for what's coming in later on Friday into Saturday and Sunday. Friday, the big story is what's going on out west. You see that area of severe weather that the SPC has put out. That's going to be an area where we could very well see a tornado outbreak throughout the area, and that's going to continue into Friday, into the afternoon and evening. As that system continues to intensify, you notice these winds coming from the south. That's bringing in a lot of moisture from the Gulf, which is one of the things that we need in order to have any kind of severe weather. That being said, as we go into Saturday, the severe threat shifts further to the south. Parts of Louisiana, along the Gulf Coast, up into Alabama, Mississippi, parts of Georgia, and into the Tennessee river valleys, and up into the Ohio river valleys. As that system heads east, that's when we will see our impacts, likely overnight Saturday into Sunday. Now, while this storm comes in overnight, that could limit the amount of thunderstorm potential that we have, similar to our last system that came through the other week. But again, dangerous winds still going to be a factor, as damaging winds could knock over trees, cause some power outages, and produce some stronger storms from time to time. Over the next 7 days, 70s tomorrow, back to the 60s on Friday. And as that cold front passes through, which is why we're going to have that thunderstorm risk, we'll cool down a little bit next Monday and then get into some more seasonable temperatures Tuesday and Wednesday.